So guys, the entire field has been crushed by this ERT domination. I mean, you've got the highest level, they're operating the highest level in the field, in the category, in the championship. You've got Ethan Grigol, Ian Ford, Jared Filsell and Cooper Webster all occupying 4 positions of the top 5. You know, they've got so much going for them, and you know, you've got to be sort of operating right out sideways to be like a Madison Downs, even have a hope in hell of making it near that top 3 on the podium of the championship positions. You know, so it's Safeway car park stuff to decipher these times. It's as tight as a Safeway car park. There's no space there, and you know, so I feel that, you know, because the cars are handling so goddamn well, when they hook into the corner, there's no slide. They're holding the corner well. They're operating at such a great level. The parity of the entire field needs to be brought back to ERT. They haven't. Oh. Well then.
That was interesting. Matthew Norris, he's back.
Yep.
You back?
Matthew Skaife.
Matthew Skaife. Well,
the illusion is gone.
let's just get rid of that.
Okay.
That's better.
That's
So, although that was a very interesting and awkward moment there at the start, Norrie did have a point though, didn't he, Chris?
Yeah, look, he did. Evolution Racing team have been absolutely ruthless. Obviously, last round at the Sydney Super Sprint, Oran Park, we had defending champion Jared Filsell. He won the race, won the second race, and then Ethan Grigol, the championship leader so far this year, went second place in the first race and in the second race. So, great job by those guys. Norrie, if you could maybe take it seriously for a moment now.
Well, it wasn't before.
No. Can anyone topple ERT this year, or like, what are your thoughts
Honestly,
on that?
I don't think so. I mean, you've got Madison down there who's ruining the ERT domination in the top 5. He's sitting there in 4th in a awkward ERT sandwich. But I mean, you know, Ian Ford is up there in 2nd. He's there as well. Jared Filsell's in 3rd. You know, you've got a whole lot of ERT. The youngster who, you always get his age wrong, but it's Cooper Webster.
16. The 16-year-old Cooper Webster.
For sure.
16-year-old.
So Cooper's there as well, and you know, that top 5 is just full of ERT cars. I mean, if you get rid of Madison, I mean, no disrespect Madison, but if you get rid of Madison, it's ERT Central. So I'm going to put the bets on now. They are going to win the championship.
The championship.
Done, dusted. Talk to me in December.
We're heading into round 4, and they're already winning the championship. Okay.
Look, this is a 12-month series. This goes for a very long time. I'm not sure if I agree with you there, Norrie, but...
You don't have to, mate. It's the benefit of it.
There's some other people taking on the ERT guys in the top 5, JC?
Yeah, well, we've got Forzan Olnabi, that is, from Trick Sim Sports. Chris Coxhead, which is funny that Chris Coxhead is up there. Not saying anything against Chris, but Brett Loxton hasn't shown his face at all, really, this season.
No, he had one decent round at Montreal where he qualified in 2nd position. That was the first round of the year.
Great race.
Yeah.
That was a great race. Yeah. I mean, Loxton's actual performance in that round was nothing short of amazing. Like, he was the star of the show, we thought. And but ever since in the standings, though, he's not really come up and knocked on the door.
Consistency is key. Chris Coxhead's done a fantastic job. Another guy from the same team from Zuva Racing doing a fantastic job is Michael Cracknell. He's really shown his form of the past. In the last few years, I think Michael had last year off, but before that he was right up there, and he's proving that he's once again a part of the top-notch drivers in the SCOPS field. And then we've got drivers like Scott Zlowski.
Yeah, another trick driver.
In 9th position, another trick driver. The great thing about him is he's obviously come into this really good team environment with drivers like Ross Rizzo and Forzan Olnabi, and they've worked really well together, and Scott's getting some consistency together, something he struggled with in the past. So it's good to hear that. And then we've got my pick for Phillip Island, Jake Burton in 10th place. First year as a privateer, he drives under the Aussie Driver Search banner. But I think that he's going to have a cracker this week, and look forward to it.
Yeah, Chris, and anyone watching international, anyone that's not really fully part of the Australia-New Zealand community, Jake Burton obviously drove in the real Phillip Island race down there to support the V8 supercars a couple of weeks ago and did a phenomenal job. Yeah. He got it on the second row of the grid to qualify, and basically was up there running with Garth Tander and a few other people that really, that car, was the qualifying that he did in the rain in that Toyota 86 was a fantastic job. Things didn't go to plan to stay up there through the race for straight line speed, I would say, on that front straight, it looked like. But, mate, what a phenomenal job Jake did. And to be running as a privateer, Norrie, in the SCOPS field and still in the top 10 is pretty good, isn't it? Considering what happened last year.
I think it's a testament because I'm pretty clued in. Pretty sure Jake set up Madison's set last year for Phillip Island.
I believe
the one that he won in?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Rumour has it?
For a privateer, I mean, he's pretty switched on privateer, so he knows what he's doing, and the results obviously reflect that. You don't get to the top 10 from a few various different locations. He hasn't been in his one sim rig for all those races, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, Chris, is that right?
He's moved around. He's actually been to the Flatchat Studios.
Here in Flatchat Studios, he did last round at Oran Park with about probably 30 to 40 minutes practice on my sim rig, which is very different to his at home.
So
he's using the VRS wheel at home, and I don't have one of those yet. So,
hey Peter.
Don't have one of those yet, but I mean, he did a pretty good job considering the equipment he was using.
And that's the thing. If you can be in the top 10 in the championship in round 4, from that. Sorry, round 3 we just went through.
Yep.
Heading into round 4, you can be in the top 10 in the championship. Then that's a smart operator, and there's no reason he's not. There's a reason he's there, and that's because he's that.
Did you just say he's a smart operator?
Mate, we thought that was just for the beginning, mate.
This has really gone right out sideways.
the gel, it sort of handles a bit too good.
So we're moving into our picks for Phillip Island, boys.
Yes.
Norrie, what about you? Are you going to back?
I'm going to give the Norrie curse to Ethan Grigol. Sorry, mate, you can't win them all, and this time you won.
Wow.
Oh, mate. Chris, who you got, mate?
Mate, I'm going to be greedy. I'm very greedy. I've already mentioned, secretly, of course, that Jake Burton is my tip, but I'm also going to throw another name in there, and there's a good reason for it. It's because he hasn't really shown up so far this year in SCOPS, and his team is definitely not a team that is going to be... They're not known for being in a position where they're not winning races, and that's Altus Esports' Dane Warren. I think this round, he's definitely going to step up his game anyway. I'm not sure if he'll win the race, but I'm expecting a big performance from Dane.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty awesome pick. I hope Dane does win him, and he had a great round, and we got to make a pretty cool video because he won it into Lagos. So, the savant, Dane Warren. Thanks, Jake Sperry. And I think my pick's going to be Madison, actually. He won last year. He's got a lot of extra focus, I guess, that could possibly be put into a round like this, considering he doesn't have to manage as many drivers as last year. So, yeah, my pick's going to be the 77 of Madison Down.
And JC, are you going to tell us about a charity event that Flatchat's going to be involved with moving forward?
Yeah, Chris, it's a great event that we're a part of. We're helping organise it. The Flatchat is involved with Race Against Anxiety and Depression. It's going to be a race event in September this year. It's the first one. It's there to help awareness for Beyond Blue, which helps out many, many people around this country with anxiety and depression and other issues, and it's something that we're really passionate to get behind. We are going to promote sponsors that get on board with this particular event. Like I say, it's in September, so there's a lot of time leading up to it. The first sponsor we want to proudly announce today is Simfinity. They have come in with a backing of $300 off one of their rigs. They provide fantastic 80/20 rigs for the community at really affordable prices too. They've got colour codes, they've got different adjustable mounts you can put on for keyboards, shifters and pedals, etc. And we're just so happy that they've come on board as our first sponsor. There's a couple more sponsors out there that we haven't forgotten you to announce next time, but stay tuned and check out the Rad Facebook page to get involved as much as you can, and maybe bring a donation to Beyond Blue at the page that I'll link down the bottom as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic to be involved with such a massive cause. I mean, Beyond Blue, they do so much great work for people with, living with anxiety, depression, those sort of, mental illnesses. So we're really proud to be involved with that. And people don't realise how insular the iRacing community is. You're in your own little sim rig in your own home. You don't really get to talk to people that often, so it's great to be involved with something so awesome like Rad and with Beyond Blue. So
absolutely. Well, I think that takes us to the end of our show now, guys. Make sure you do check us out at the links below. We've got our Facebook and newly updated Instagram page, as well as our Twitter. And hit us up if you want to get involved with the Race Against Anxiety and Depression. And we'll see you next time.